Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mr. Dave, and this is Mr. Dave's Outdoors Adventures. And today we're going to be talking about the recent hike that I was on at the Channel Islands National Park on Santa Cruz Island. And I did want to highlight one important piece of gear that I used, and I use almost, well, I've used every time, every hike I've been out. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, I want to recap this amazing adventure. Going out to the Channel Islands, and we went to Santa Cruz Island. It's part of the Channel Islands National Park. We left in the morning out of from Island Packers out of Ventura, California, and we took the early boat. There's 4 boats going out that particular day, and we took the early boat out. So when we got there, obviously we got there early in the morning. We left about 8 o'clock. Parking was super easy at that time. We got to park right next to the building, so to bring all of our gear over just for the day hike, it was nothing. It was just so easy to do, and the people that helped us at Island Packers, oh man, I got to tell you, they are so efficient. They know what they're doing, and they made that whole experience, from the very beginning. They're so efficient, so friendly. I had no questions. I was not confused about anything that I needed to do. So if you're going out there, you're definitely going to go out there on Island Packers, and you won't be disappointed with them. They're, I think, in my opinion, they're a very good company. And I left a link down below to check out their website if you ever are planning on going to the Channel Islands National Park. That being said, like I say, we took the first boat over, and it was cold. It was cold. It was in the low 50s, but being out on the water made it seem so much worse. And it was a cold ride over, but it was so fun because we saw some amazing wildlife right off the bat. You saw the video. There was the seabirds, and then of course the dolphins. Oh, that's one of the things I was looking forward to going over. The dolphins were absolutely amazing. It was about a 1-hour ride over, and but it was a quick hour because there's so many things to see, and it was just absolutely just phenomenal time over. And that was just a boat ride going over. That was an hour. If that, I felt at that point, if that's the way my day is going to start, wow, we're in for a treat. And indeed we were. So like I say, that particular year there was 4 boats going out to the island, but it never seemed crowded. People were doing so many different things. They were out there to do kayaking, snorkeling, camping, and obviously hiking is what we did. But since everyone was kind of doing their own thing, we never felt like bunched up or anything like that. It was very spaced out. And the hiking trails, there's so many different hiking trails there too, so you never felt that, oh man, I'm just right on top of somebody else, somebody's bearing down on me, I'm not enjoying myself. We still had a good distance between people. I mean, yeah, we saw people out on the trail for sure, but that was a good part of the experience because we got to chat with them and found out their plans for the day, or were they camping or things like that. So it was very enjoyable, but it wasn't like so many people where it's like, oh, I just want to get through this. It wasn't like that at all. It was just perfect. It was just absolute perfect time out there as far as like crowd wise goes. The trails, like I say, there were numerous trails, and we chose a couple of the easier trails. I think we walked a total about just over 5 miles, with our little side trips and things like that. So that wasn't a too bad of a trail. There are other trails that go even longer and further, and higher skill levels and things like that. So for all ranges of skills, this outing was perfect. And the views, the amazing views on the island itself, the amazing views we saw of the ocean and the grasses and the trees, just how California really looked in its natural beauty, over 100 years ago. That was, I really believe, one of the best features of this park. Was that the scenery. It was just amazing. It felt, that I was so far away from, the everyday life in California. It didn't even seem like I was in California, to be honest. But just an hour off the coast, and there we were. And then the wildlife. You saw like the island foxes, We saw ravens, hawks, the island scrub jay. And the foxes and the scrub jay are the two species that are native to those islands. So it was neat to be able to see them even up close. The foxes, they weren't scared of us. We didn't feed them or anything like that. And they say not supposed to do that, but they weren't afraid of us at all. And so that allowed us to get some really good shots too. So that was great. Now, did a little bit of research on the island itself. I left some links down below because the island has such a rich history. I mean, way back in the day, it was inhabited by the Chumash Indians, and then it had some Spanish and Mexican influences there. It actually housed some prisoners there. That's why one of the harbors is called Prisoner Harbor. Check that story down below. That's a pretty neat story. They had the ranching, as I indicated, like the sheep. They had the feral pigs on the island. And when that was sort of coming to an end, they had hunting, and they were able to hunt the remainder of the sheep and the feral pigs. So they had a little bit of that too. And then the military use. The military has used that island dating back to World War II, and they still have an installation out there today. It's more, I think, a weather monitoring station, but they had different installations out there. I guess the heyday was back in like the 50s and the 60s when they were kind of setting up like a base to monitor like missiles and things like that. Pretty cool stuff. And as far as the national park, I don't know, to me, we always think, oh, the national parks have been there forever. This national park, I believe it was established in 1980, so, relatively recent, and it's one of the lesser known parks, so it's not as crowded as, say, Yellowstone or Yosemite, for different reasons, obviously, but this national park is so beautiful, the things there. And everyone that I talked to out on the island, they enjoyed it very, very much. Some of the folks there had been out there. They come every single year out to this park because they just enjoy it so much, no matter what you're doing. Now, we didn't go out. It was only for the day. And again, we had the early boat, and we took the last boat out, so we maximized the day. I think the first boat left at 8, and then the last boat left at 4:30. So that's what we were on. And although we had so much fun and we saw so many things, it still, one day was not enough. It was not enough. I think a camping trip, of at least 3 to 4 days, would be perfect. So I'm planning on, going back to that. That being said, the one piece of gear that I did want to talk about was, and you've seen it pretty much in every one of my videos, is my this one right here. Yes, it's my jacket. My jacket. It's from REI. I got it a while ago, so I don't remember what it ran, but this jacket has not failed me in any of the hikes I've been on. It's made out of Gore-Tex, so it's very lightweight, but it kept me very, very warm, and it broke up the wind pretty good, so I didn't get, so sometimes you wear some clothes, the wind kind of cuts through, you still get chilled. This one, no. Once I was wrapped up in that jacket, I was pretty much sheltered from the wind. You can see, here, this is the boat ride on the way back. This is after the sun has been up, after it's warmed up, and it was still very cold going back, so it was such a necessity to have on the boat ride. And it really kept me very, very comfortable, and it's really served me well every single hike. So I don't know how it's going to be like in the summertime or all that, because I usually get out on the trail early where it's still kind of chilly. So we'll make that decision. But for the fall, the winter, obviously the early spring, down by the ocean where it was colder, this jacket is a must for me. That's my go-to jacket. So that would be great. What's your go-to jacket? Because we all have our favorites. So leave a comment down below on what your go-to jacket is and why. Why do you like wearing what you wear? This jacket, like I say, it's very lightweight. It holds up in all different kinds of environments. It's very durable. I mean, I'm fairly rough on clothing, but this jacket has not disappointed. I don't have any rips or tears, nothing like that. You know, nothing like even in the pockets, no holes. It's really, really durable, and it, like I say, it has really served me well. You know, again, it's kind of getting back to having the proper gear, and you know, it makes the hike a little bit more enjoyable when you're wearing the right stuff, right? So that's what I have, and I left the link down below on that jacket as well. But again, I really want to say thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks, you know, if you've been following me, thanks for subscribing. Like I say, the journey is continuing. You know, early on it said it's just beginning. Well, it's still in the beginning stages, but it continues. You know, I'm so happy that you're coming along with me on these things. A couple upcoming videos coming out probably later on this week. Is going to be part 2 of my safety series, the common trail injuries. We're going to be talking about cuts and scrapes, and then in about a week from now, next Sunday, you're going to see a video shifting over to the San Bernardino Mountains. We went on a hike in Lake Arrowhead, California, called the Pinnacles. So check that video out. That's coming, and I have a lot of cool things coming. You know, for the springtime. We're going to be really focusing on the mountain area, and then as it gets a little bit warmer, we're going to make a shift down to the coast and do some hikes down there. So stick around. Thanks for being you know, with me so far. I hope you're getting some stuff out of these videos, some enjoyment, some ideas, some thoughts. You know, let me know down in the comments down below too. You know, yeah, what is, you know, your favorite hike and why? Because I would really love to, you know, check things out, especially in the Southern California area. But I just want to say thank you. You'll notice behind me there, I have a new map. You're going to see in future videos, this background is going to change a little bit because I'm kind of expanding on what I'm doing. So I will be marking this map in a minute. You'll see that this is specifically on the Channel Island. This is Santa Cruz Island behind me here. But for Mr. Dave's Outdoors Adventures, I'm Mr. Dave. Get outside and be adventurous.